Schools across the country are facing a deadline tonight to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, or they could lose out on federal funding.
But the Rhode Island Department of Education and the Attorney General's office are telling local school districts not to listen. Kate Wilkinson joins us live in studio and spoke with both sides.
Rhode Island Republicans are asking the Attorney General to follow the lead of the federal government, but local DEI advocates say removing these policies would be impossible.
We've had tremendous.
The Trump administration ordered school districts to end DEI policies by this Friday because they are discriminatory against racial groups, including white and Asian students. Writing DEI programs, for example, frequently preference certain racial groups and teach students that certain racial groups bear unique moral burdens that others do not. But what does diversity, equity, and inclusion mean? The American Psychological Association defines it as a framework that promotes the fair treatment and full participation of all people, especially populations that have historically been underrepresented.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion touches every single person, every single student, every single teacher, and they may not even know it.
Asim Rastogi is a former teacher who helped develop DEI programming. He says DEI is often talked about in the context of race, but adds it affects a broad range of policies, including support for children with disabilities.
That's a form of diversity, equity, and inclusion that has nothing to do with race.
Rastogi says because these policies affect so many aspects of education, it would be nearly impossible to get rid of them. And in a statement, the State Department of Education and the Attorney General's office told school districts not to get rid of their DEI policies and protections for LGBTQ students, and noted that a federal judge in Rhode Island has already ruled the Trump administration cannot suspend congressional funds for schools. But state Republican leaders say this could hurt local districts.
Playing a game of chicken is never going to be good for Rhode Island. We need to comply with federal law. We need the money, and we should be playing nice with the administration.
New at 6, we take a closer look at the new website the Trump administration launched for parents, teachers, and students to report discrimination. I'll have what that has to do with its efforts to end DEI. Live in the studio, Kate Wilkinson, 12 News.